Hey YouTube, I am recording a quick video for a lady named Leasha Williams. She has questions about Photoshop. So I have recently updated my Photoshop. I don't know what this is, so it doesn't matter. But this is basically how you would look and your screen would come in. Um, Also a note here, they do have tutorials that you could do. It walks you through everything. So maybe give that a try. And here, go to tutorial. But anyway, if you're starting off with something new, I typically go to this. I leave my color in RGB mode because I am printing most times with my Epson, and to me, it's more vibrant. Well, actually, I think it has to do with the ink that I use. I use ColourPop ink, so I have no problems there with it. Typically, this is your canvas size. So I like to work in inches, but if you like pixels or anything else, then you would change that there. You can manually input your things. This is pretty much set to my standard items, which as you can see. And I do this because I use 11 by 17 paper. So you can do custom, you can do 8.5 by 11, whatever you really have a desire for. So if you were creating like a backdrop, you might need bigger measurements. So anyways, clicking create, and you were wondering about how to upload a wallpaper design. So you just go to file and place embedded. Now place embedded works for me. I just purchased this. So this is a wallpaper, a digital wallpaper that I purchased. And you click place. So up until you click enter or press this can go away. So if I choose not to do it, it goes away. But I'm going to come back and show you again. File, place embedded, and click on your image. Click place. Yeah. So then you just click the arrow. Yeah. I'm going to show you something that works for me. In window, which allows you to basically show, the things that you want. To me, layers is a very important one because it lets you know what's on your desktop. So layers, like for example, if you wanted to create a PNG image, you could just remove your background and you see that, there's nothing behind there, and you can save it as a PNG image. But you have definitely just uploaded your wallpaper, which is the same for anything. I'm going to try to upload an SVG, which you will not be able to cut for you in here, but like this is a SVG, a Cricut SVG cut file. I push place, and here it is. I'm going to remove this so you can see it more clearly. Yeah, so here it is. It's in, let me see what else you wanted to see. Oh, splatter. Okay, so most times people are using a PNG, which I probably already have one up. But bear with me while I try to find it. I think it should be like paint or something. I have so many different elements. That's an easy thing too to kind of arrange. Okay, paint splatter here, boom. So because it is a PNG, a PNG, there's no background. So that is also me uploading paint splatter. But something really quick, and you didn't ask to see this part, so let's see. I'm gonna come in window again and do workspace. 3D essentials. So where are my tools? Oh, is this it? No. Okay, this is also important. it shows you, make it a little bigger. It shows you your history, which you may know this, and I'm sorry. I'm gonna be really quick. Um, yeah, so it can take you back pretty far. And if you notice, when I did that, it took me back plenty of steps to where this is the only object on my workspace. So you can come back down. That's where everything was. You can just move. If you realize, what, I messed up, you can find the point of error, basically. Clicking through. And if you look to the left over here, this is changing based on every little move that I've made. Okay. I think I got that point across. Let's see. Window. I'm going to go to my tool. Tools. Okay. See how I had to click that in? This is a toolbox that you would pretty much use in most projects. So for example, what I wanted to show you was how to make text in this cheetah print. The function that I'm going to show you is pretty similar to the slice option, which I know in Cricut, some people don't think to even use that. I'm going to do your name. Renee, that's pretty. Okay, so that's there. Got it. So I'm going to make it. This is another thing. I'm sorry. I'm really just compounding stuff. Okay. First of all, with text, to make it bigger, let me click on it. And it comes this way. This is where you can change the size. And as you can see, I use this custom size last, so whatever. But you can put in what you want to. So let's do 200. Okay, cool. And again, like anything else, your actions are not solidified until this is clicked. Okay? So that can also, instead of clicking that, you can click onto your next layer, and that also solidifies it. Also, I've learned with Photoshop, there are a million ways to do the same thing. Make my box bigger. Let me just make my text smaller so I won't take up too much of your day. Okay, I'm gonna go to 150. I'm gonna go to 125. I'm trying to prevent from adjusting. Okay. So, also a favorite is free transform. In addition to moving with this, you need to also press shift. Say you like the size, but you want to make it longer. That's what you do. You hold shift and you pull it in whatever direction, and it kind of just stretches it. Another thing, which is only a scale, you know what, I'll worry about that if you need help, because you probably know how to do that. So I'm going to click my check button. Now, in order to do like slice or to give your letters that form, you need to put your wallpaper or whatever image, picture, JPEG, PNG on top of it. So move that up. Like over here, I'm snatching this layer, moving it on top, which makes this, your name, invisible. So then, clicking on my leopard layer, go to create clipping mask, which what I did was just right click, and you have so many options. If I wanted to duplicate, export, PNG, like anything like that. But I'm going to come here to create clipping mask. And boom. And I'm going to bring the background back in so you can see it more clearly. So that's your name in leopard print. And because it's not visible, and again, this is just me being extra right now, I'm going to come here, which kind of, for me, changes the game. You can use stroke. I double clicked it and it opens up this menu. And you can always kind of push this to the side and see what just happened. So I already have this set as this because of my last project. So you can see, so if I want the opacity to come down, I can do that. The size, just gonna click cancel. So yeah, and to save your image, first of all, to print, because it's probably what I think this is a sublimation group. To print, go here, it shows you a preview based on your preset paper size. Print settings, this is something that I do. I always click mirror image. High speed on yes or no, that's up to you and how you feel the quality of your print is being affected. But this makes sure that when you get your paper off the printer, it is ready to press. Otherwise, you would have to manually go in here and flip everything, which I think that is just so, I have it set now so I don't even have to think about it. If I'm using the sub printer, it's going to do that. You probably already know your settings, which is cool, wonderful. So yeah, just that that mirror is a game saver for me. And just how to save it. File, save as. This is something new you can save on your computer or save to a cloud. So I'm going to save to my computer because that's typical. And to leave it in like a workable file like this, you would leave it as a Photoshop PSD, which is what these are, which is what these are. Templates that you purchase are usually PSD, which allows you to change different things. But if you're ready to just make it a PNG, like say you want to design something in here and then use it in Cricut without a background, you do the PNG, type in whatever. You can also do a JPEG if you don't care about it having a background or not. Just click save. I'm going to show you actually save, and this will come up. And it's typically on the highest one, and then you click OK again. So this is again saving it. So that first step that looks like, hey, I'm in my computer file, let me show you again. Because that's not done and that's not saving it. This, what you do here, unless you do a Photoshop PSD, then save is enough. But if you want to do a JPEG or anything save, you have to then finish this step. This is how a JPEG screen looks. Large files is typically, the fastest. So you just click OK and that'll save it. But anyways, I appreciate you watching. If there's anything else you would like to know, just let me know. I've been doing Photoshop for maybe my son's about to be, so about a year. I got it as soon as I had my son. So he's about to be a year. So I've been doing Photoshop for about a year. But I will still discover new things like almost every day. It's one of those things where you think of something that you want to do and then you go search for it. So that's why I said the specifics, because over searching specifics, I build up an arsenal of skills where I'm fairly familiar with it. Now it's not a big hairy monster like it was in the beginning. So I encourage you to think of the specifics. So while you're designing and you think, hey, I want to do this, like your paint splatter, type it in or contact me and I'll try to upload a quick short video. But anyway, you be blessed and I hope this helps. Bye.